Hey everyone, it's your boy Dave back again with CivOps Gear, where we review all the EDC gear for everyone from the discerning civilian all the way to the experienced operator. Today I'm bringing you something different. Today we're doing in-the-car EDC. I'm going to talk to you today about in-car mounting systems for not only phones and tablets, but two-way radios, GPS, ham radio systems, Sirius, satellite radio systems, mounts for all kinds of accessories that are specific to your vehicle. Stick around. We're going to take a tour through some mounts in my own car right now on CivOps Gear. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the mounting systems right now. Okay, here we are in my 2018 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4. Okay, you see it's a four-wheel drive system. It's a limited with the big touchscreen, yada yada yada. You can see I have a cell phone mounted here and an iPad mounted here. Now obviously this is not the correct phone for this mount. You can see in the reflection the correct phone for this mount, but I'm using that phone to tape this video. So I borrowed this, my father's old iPhone 5S, which is way too small for this mount. This mount is for my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So it fits perfectly in here. It charges when it sits in there, and it holds it very firmly and snugly, and it's adjustable. So, okay, but just so you can get an idea of how the phone sits, there's a phone sitting in there, and there's the iPad mounted back here. I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm going to show it to you much better. These are mounts from a company called ProClip USA. ProClip USA. You're all going to want to go onto the website proclipusa.com and build your mount. There are two types of mounts you can get from ProClip: vehicle-specific mounts or general mounts that can be used across vehicle brands. I'm going to explain the difference to you coming up right now. Okay, here are the two mounting systems you can get from ProClip USA, broken down to just their bare parts, okay? This is a vehicle-specific mount, and this is a general mount. And then here is a collection of parts: extension plates, the mounts themselves, the ball mounting system so that they can rotate and swivel, and then some extension plates so that you can mount them exactly where you need them and everything stays very steady. At the core of this ProClip system are these simple plastic plates, and they come with pre-drilled screw patterns that line up with the mounts, okay, high or low, and you can see that those mount up, and then these come with self-threading screws. But here's the thing, at its core, though there are a lot of options, what's preset doesn't quite work for everybody. It doesn't quite work for me in my vehicle. So the beauty of this system is that with these self-threading screws and just this simple plastic plates, you can modify this system to do exactly what you want it to do. And I'm going to show you guys right now. Now, what you saw a minute ago with the phone mount on here, this is a general mount, okay? This is not really the core of ProClip. These are the core. As soon as you go on to proclipusa.com, right on the homepage, it's going to say build your mount. And you put in the year, make, and model of your vehicle, and almost no matter what vehicle it is, they have made a vehicle-specific mount for it. As you can see, their mounting system is made for each vehicle, and what it does is it claws into the gaps in between the dash trim. So you can see where it grabs in underneath the dash there, and then it grabs in right behind the trim on the AC vent. It doesn't block use of the vent. Everything's fine, and it holds so steady. I mean, it's like mounted in there. It's almost like it's factory. And now with a collection of parts, I'm going to be able to mount exactly what I want, where I want, and I'm going to show you guys. Log onto the website, find the mount that fits your car. Some cars, like mine, there is only one vehicle specific mount, so I'm limited on where I can mount things. A lot of you drive pickup trucks, Rams, Fords, Chevys. This company makes loads of mounts for pickup trucks like that. If you drive like an F-150 or a Chevy Silverado or a Ram, there are tons of mounts. Like there's mounts for both sides of the dash, and then there's mounts for down here, and there's mounts for up in the center, all kinds of cool stuff. But on my car, I'm limited. All I have is one vehicle specific mounting option. And then this is their product that is a general mount that works in multiple vehicles. What you do is the top part of this grabs into the trim on your center console. And then it's two parts connected. And the bottom piece grabs onto the bottom of the side of your center console. And you tighten down the nut and bolt where it squeezes tightly. So you can see this is really on there. I mean, it's really on there, really tough. It really doesn't move very much. So now I'm going to show you a couple of the options that we can do with some of these mounts. I'm going to start with the general one and get it out of the way, because I'll show you why it really doesn't quite work for me and why I'm going to modify this to hold two devices. Here is the first way it can be done. You can use this side mount here and put your phone mount right onto this mounting platform here. And from a driver's perspective, you would look down and see your mount of your phone down here by your gear shift looking up at you. Next thing you can do is, okay, now if you look here, you'll see that I have resecured this side general mount. I've added this long extension plate. I've added a base swivel. I've added this angled stand, another base swivel, and there to the phone mount. So now if you're looking from the driver's perspective, you've got this long platform here and the phone sitting. You could angle it between the two ball mounts. You could angle it however you want it. But to me, I don't know if you can tell quite by the video, but to me, this looks sloppy. And maybe if I had another device mounted right here, it would look better. But here's my problem with this general mount. I've been using it a couple of days, and as tight as you make it, it seems that it continues to lose tension. And after a little while, it starts to angle in. If you can see what I mean, it starts to angle in like that. Like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to figure out how to mount two devices on this one mount. The beauty of these products, as I said before, is that with these plastic plates and self-threading screws, you do not have to follow their hole pattern. You can make your own. I'm going to show you my solution right now. Okay, so what I've done here first is I've taken this large piece, which is the, let me see, when you go on their site, there is a section of extension plates. This is the vertical two device adapter. This little piece is the left and right side to side extension. So I'm taking two extension plates and putting them together, and I'm going to mount them onto the base right here like this. So I will have a mounting point here and another mounting point here. Okay, so that's step one. Okay, we've got both extension plates mounted to the base. All right, they're screwed in tight. They're not going anywhere. They're very solid on there, screwed in with 4 screws. Now what we want to do is attach the first pivot mount right here, because that one's definite. We don't know yet if this height's going to be okay, but we know this one is definite going right here. So that's the first thing we want to do. The next thing we want to do is install this ball mount base right here on this extension plate. Okay, so I've attached the iPad base to its extension plate behind the mount, or on the mount, as you can see. Now, here's what I need to know. Do I have the room to mount the phone above the iPad? And as it turns out, with this one extension plate, I do not have the room. So I'm going to need to extend that plate behind up just about that much. The other thing I'm going to have to do, because of the cord, is I'm going to have to extend the iPad outward just maybe 1/2 inch. So we have solutions for both of these. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, this piece right here is a 15-degree wedge attachment. What we're going to do here is we're going to attach this wedge to the extension plate. And then I'm going to attach the mounting bracket to that wedge. And what that's going to do is push the iPad forward about 1/2 inch. And that's going to give me room to run the phone wire behind it while still keeping the iPad extremely securely mounted to this base. So let's do that first. Let's attach this wedge mount. Okay, so we've got that wedge mounted. And now you can see what we've done is we've got our vehicle specific base attached into the seams of the dash. And then off of that base, we've mounted one extension plate going up and one extension plate going off slightly to the side. And the extension plate on the side then has an additional 15-degree wedge and then the mounting pivot mounted onto it. Going up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 additional plates and I'm going to create my own screw pattern, and I'm going to sandwich them behind and in front for rigidity, and so that I can extend a mounting point higher up. And so I will show you exactly what I mean and how it looks when I'm done. See you guys in a minute. Okay, and there you go. You can now see what I've done here. So I've got 2 devices mounted on the same mount, which is a vehicle specific mount for my Jeep Compass. It mounts there on the dash. And off of that, using a series of extensions that I have in some ways modified myself, I've now got 2 devices very securely mounted and locked in place. I mean, they are really mounted. They're not going anywhere. There's not going to be any rattle. You know, any shake there is just, it's not any loose rattling shake. It's just the shake of the car and the engine, and you know, there's really no rattle at all. So ProClip USA, that is the message for today's episode. If you want to mount anything in your car, and I've cleaned up all this space, there is no more mount down here. This is all clean and everything is simple and installed right there. And I have only one cord coming down and it goes right into the Apple CarPlay slot. And everything is synced with Bluetooth and I'm very happy. ProClip USA, guys. Check it out. Get a mount for your car. And if you like this, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Hit me with a subscribe. Hit me with a comment. Talk to you guys soon. See you on the very next episode of CivOps Gear.